Just a
Is it to the
sandbox
same degree
warehouse.
that's going on in the city? Not even close.
Yeah, but is that like, and I don't mean to challenge you here, but is that like actual crime, or is that just your perception of crime because of how much you police up there?
Are you mean me?
No, PD in general, right? It's like, like crime rates. You could be like, hey, look, there's all this drug dealing going on the south side. Crime rate is crazy up there. But a lot of that's because you're down there looking for it, right? Couldn't there be just as much going on up north, but you just don't see it?
Yeah, that's that could be. My personal experience from policing is we get a lot more calls from in the city than we do anywhere else at the current moment.
A lot more people live in the city.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I live in Polito, and I don't hear gunshots or explosions constantly. So
Yeah, I haven't. The only thing I'll say is the number one thing that we're responding to right now is robbery, and I haven't responded to a single robbery up in Polito yet.
What, like a robbery of people?
Correct.
Okay. I've heard that Polito is a crime bed right now.
Julio lives there. I would agree with that. Yeah.
What?
Hey, that's my suspended doctor.
Julio was a precious baby. Please.
Yeah, please. We love him. Please.
When you say crime bed, what are you referring to?
Yeah, I talked to Cornwood on the phone probably like a week ago, and he was saying like weed sales, fucking what was the other one?
Oh wow.
Yeah, a lot of weed getting sold up there. Fucking, there's like one other crime that happens up there a lot that I just can't really recall off the top of my head.
All right, so weed. And
he's talking about fucking
shootings.
Someone renting supercars from Sandy Shores and like running around doing shit like that. It was so long ago I don't really remember the specifics, but he was desperate for you guys to essentially start policing up there.
Right.
What are your thoughts on running a
Little Texas
a sheriff election and reviving the country policing?
At the current moment, my thought is we don't have enough staffing in the existing police unit, let alone to start another department. Although I have been spoken to about this by him, and I do understand his passion for said thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have enough police to police the city right now. We don't have enough police to start a new department and open another office at the current moment.
Yeah,
that is subject to change.
Okay. How is hiring going for you guys right now? Like, are you familiar with the process at all?
Again, I would be speaking out of line.
I don't think
I comment on something that's command. I'm not command, but
I don't think it's an issue. He can have Little Texas. I just don't think they have staffing.
Like we could use a few more officers. That's what I'll say.
Okay. So you think they're going a little slow?
You did just have the 3 PD academies, right?
Yeah, they're in the process of doing a pretty decent hiring right now.
This is metal, but
if I were to say that we could handle another office opening up and a new department, I would not be doing the existing LSPD service because we need more officers right now for LSPD.
Since Nakota's not willing to speak against his superiors, I will on his behalf. Hiring is not the issue with this PD; it's retention. That has always been a historical issue. If you go through the MDT's profile section, they are shotgunning cadets on there left and right, and I don't know if they're just dropping out of the program at some point, losing interest, or if it's a training bottleneck. But from what I could tell, just from talking to the various sources and what I could see in the MDT, they are hiring like crazy. That's just not translating to officers on the streets, and that I don't know where the problem is in that pipeline.
I know where it is.
Okay.
I was talking to a couple of prospective cadets a couple of nights ago, and apparently the FTOs were too exhausted to take them out on duty because they had to run an academy the day before.
Oh, wow.
So, I don't know. 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 I What's up with that? When there are 3 FTOs on duty and there's 2 cadets waiting to go out and no one's taking them out because they're too tired. Who's making them FTOs? They know what they signed up for. I'm sure they're getting extra pay or extra privileges with that, right?
No,
no, they don't get anything for it. They don't get extra pay or extra privileges. They get
why? Why not? Why don't we start giving them money then for doing this job? Because it needs to happen.
I mean,
burnout fair.
Welcome.
You can bring.
That would be a discussion for me and the treasurer.
I
guess to have, and another discussion again. While I am the PD liaison, I am not command, and I don't tell the captains what to do, unfortunately.
Okay. Next meeting. Well, first of all, can you talk about it with Edda? 1, 2.
Yes.
Can you bring at least one captain to the next council meeting?
We can
talk about that?
Question mark.
Do we what?
Tell the captains what to do.
Well, the police department. Which arm of the government are they operating under?
My executive, belief. Which is typically not.
My belief is that we, as the council, could de facto control what they do via legislation, right? Like we're not like direct reports in terms of like issuing orders or anything like that.
I will just point out that much like the implementation of the Standardized Uniform Time Act, things don't always work in this jurisdiction. They work elsewhere. So I'm not certain that we oversee the PD.
Why don't we define it?
I don't know if that's within our purview.
What about as far as like assisting in funding? Would that be where we could collaborate?
Are you talking to me, Etta?
Just in general, like I'm just putting it out there. Like, I mean, I funded 3 police academies because they were bringing in a bunch of people who, when you're straight off the plane and you got $500 to your name and you have to pay out
I know
your loadout for academy, it's you end up broke real quick. So it was only 30,000 per. So
yeah, but Zemo, could you bring? So again, I don't know. I haven't FTO'd.
Yeah,
could you bring them along and have them FTO in the way that they're just kind of there?
I mean, like you said, we need police on the streets.
Yeah, we do. Okay. I will work on finding out who's technically oversight for the police department insofar as
wait, why was this called in the filter?
Sections of the government, whatever. That said, Nakota, are you an FTO?
I am, yes.
Is the job tiring for you?
I'm fairly new to it, so I can't speak to the people that have been doing it for a very long time. There is a big difference between going out and policing for 8 hours or 5 hours or however many hours people go out to, and taking someone along with you and trying to teach them the ropes.
It is very exhausting.
How long are you permitted to take these cadets out?
4 hours, I believe, is a standard FTO shift.
Per cadet, though, right? Like you're not limited in your FTO time.
Do you?
To my knowledge, no.
Do you have? Are you required to take cadets out? Can you refuse at any point?
I believe if you sign up to be an FTO, you are doing so under the understanding that you will be regularly taking out cadets to train them. That's the point of being a field training officer.
But there's no punishment for an FTO being like, nah, I don't really feel like it today.
I don't know that. Once again, I know it's a convenient excuse, but unfortunately, right now in PD, we have a very our ranking structure is very rigid, and so that is one thing that I can find out, but I am not I don't have all this information available to me in the immediate.
Okay. The safety and security of the island of Los Santos depends upon the efficiency of the police department and whatever branches arise from that. I think it's important for us to figure out why it's taking so long for them to get on their feet. And if it continues to be this way, I'm going to be interested in launching an investigation into who's making what happen and why it's not happening the way that it should. Tell your captains that.
No.
To provide a little bit of historical context that may help you all with these conversations. In the past, we have had a Senate mandated bonus for FTOs. Basically, if you took out a cadet, you were granted a bonus by the state. It did accomplish its goals. You know, it did encourage more FTOs to be produced. It did encourage more cadets taken out. However, the trade-off of that was people were primarily motivated for the money in some cases. So while the number of officers on the street did increase, the
quality decreased.
The quality did drop. You know,
Yes.
That's not my place anymore to say if that's a worthy trade-off, but historically, that is what happened in the past. Is we were able to achieve desirable numbers, but at what cost?
Well, the cost. Dakota himself has said multiple times that they don't have enough cops to police just the city.
Right.
The cost is that I want more police officers. Dakota wants more police officers. Blah blah blah. We don't have time to incubate them like they're fucking chicken eggs.
I think also the bonus pay that they got back then was also outrageous. If
like,
we came,
like a lot,
yeah, like thousands, tens of thousands.
We got $5K an hour for training at the hospital. Which is
yeah,
insane.
it was a lot.
The bonus was a lot, but in an inflated economy, it wasn't out there. But my point is, you can't achieve the results. Like this is a way to go about it.
But I mean, FTO pay isn't out of the question.
If I can just say, that is one way to go about it, is money, but sometimes and I've had conversations with people who have said more money, while it's nice, sometimes it cannot curb burnout from just naturally feeling burned out for all intents and purposes.
So the captains are delegating the ability to train new officers to these FTOs. They get silently burn out, do not tell their superiors. The captains keep counting on people who aren't actually there to do their job. Cadets stop getting trained. Less cops are out on the street as a result, right? Like, are you required to report?
I don't agree with
burnout.
With Max
are
you
Moon,
but
required
he is
to
bringing up the concern
inform your superiors at any point that you're just not
seeing.
able to do the job that you told them that you're going to do? Is that like a thing for the process?
I mean, you'd follow chain of command, but yeah, it's not. No one's afraid to tell somebody that they feel burned out, but I know that. How do I say this? While I can provide some insight, at the end of the day, I think you'll be better served, Mayor, actually sitting down with the captains and having these conversations with them directly.
Yeah. So I don't want to. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm grilling you. I'm just trying to.
No, I don't feel grilled. I don't feel grilled at all. I'm just being. I'm being frank. I'll talk honestly. I think at the end of the day, as we are currently structured, it is the captains who make the decisions, and at the end of the day, while I'm the liaison, I am still just an officer. And if you feel strongly about certain aspects of the PD, I would highly recommend you go to meet with the captains and communicate these things to them.
Sure. From the outside, it seems like you guys need a chief. And from the outside, it seems like Polito is somewhat lawless right now. And it's not your guys' fault. I know that you're working with what you've got. I think a first-tier solution to the problem should be throwing money at the people who are training new cops. I don't think it should be outrageous like it was in the past. I think we should account for our current economy, most certainly.
Right.
I think a bonus each time they complete a full session with a cadet is reasonable. And Nakota, you can talk to Edda about what amount that would be. Right. If there's still retention issues, then we can start getting into like the root cause of all of this corruption, or not corruption. Sorry. When I say corruption, I mean like, how like a tree starts to like get sick and, it dies because that's what the rot. Yeah. The rotting. Yeah. Not corruption. Yeah. Okay. That's, I just wanted to inquire about the current state of the police department and whatnot.
Well, on that topic, could I broach two things very quickly?
Sure.
This is like a little bit of a point of confusion for me personally, but I would like to hear everyone's thought at least. So I put two proposals in some of the suggestions I made today. One is for a motor unit, and another one is for our K9
I'm gonna let them do the thing that they're doing, and then
like you were just saying, Mayor, drug calls are happening out the wazoo, and the reality of the situation is at this current moment, if we believe if someone is involved in a drug call, the best thing we can do right now is pull them over and engage them in a traffic stop if they break a traffic infraction. Right. If they flee from us, it's obviously escalated, right? Then that's reckless evading, and all bets are off. But there's a whole proposal in there for K9. Drug calls are going to be the #1 thing.
Have you showed your captain the proposals?
Yes, they've all seen them. So this is what
do they like them?
As far as I'm aware, they're quite happy with both of them. But do
you think that they need them like ASAP?
Yeah, I think we need motor and K9 immediately. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
Then I will say that no. It's not the council's decision to
the
approve that.
Paid job is the
we unfortunately cannot use state funds to give money to make that happen.
Deputy mayor and
so the fundraising will have to happen internally. That said, I don't think you guys need council approval to start pushing for that. It's your captains who need to push for it to the state.
Which I'm
correct.
I just wanted to get clarity on that. I just wanted to make everyone aware that those things were things that we wanted, and if that's something we need to go to the state directly, then that's also perfectly fine, and I will communicate that.
I think Max has said it pretty well, but I just want to reiterate for sake of it. As far as I understand currently, the way that PD is overseen in terms of executive branch direction, we are not in control of PD. We have certain parameters that are given to us that we can operate within. So I'll split hairs here and say, for example, I don't think that we're in a position to create a sheriff position in Toledo. Do I think we're in a position to incentivize the training of additional officers by proffering state funds for FTOing? Possibly, right? But again, we're kind of splitting hairs. So Max and I will do some research on that, and I guess we'll have to table the outcome.
Oh,
I will say
I got quoted fucking.
Transparency's sake,
hold on,
the outcome of that discussion is I'm not sure when you talked to Cornwood, Max, but he came to me about half a week ago, and he kind of was spitballing something similar. Just for the advisement.
The
of
law
firm
firm that wants to do my visa is quoting me
try to do
10
everything
grand
internally first, just because that's going to be smoother and more efficient. But if he feels that there's a need, he should maybe find a group of like-minded individuals and just patrol the area under the LSPD banner, and then if there is a lot of crime happening there, he can catalog it and bring it to the council.
That was literally my response as well. Like,
I talked to him as well, and he told me that he has a bunch of reports from Blaine County that he's interested in presenting. So he took your advice and ran with it.
Okay,
good.
Yeah, and I just want to preface this by saying many moons ago, before the collapse, there was, a lot of interesting crime that used to occur in Sandy and up north. So I'm not trying to play dumb to that.
I'd be motivated to
we need to get our bearings in the city, and then we can start branching out if we want to be effective all across the state.
Okay. I talked to Slacks probably about a couple of weeks ago, and it was his idea and impression that the chief of the LSPD would be selected by the Council of 8 as a sort of emulation of how city councils typically work. I told him that we wouldn't be opposed to that. I think we could probably make a good decision on that front. And he told me that sheriffs are typically elected internally within the police department through voting and whatnot. So I would like to propose potentially following a bit of investigation from Crane and I in the realm of what the actual purview of the state is over the police department, that we begin looking for candidates to become the first chief of police of the LSPD, so that we can finally complete their chain of command, so that we can start addressing the issues around hiring and all of the stuff that are keeping us from living to our best. That's all. Just something to think about.
Okay.
Does anyone? We kind of got off subject. Any other proposals?
We got to do the unresolved shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I got something cool.
Oh.
Oh, the tags.
Go to you watch me do that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Go to reports and select City Council doc. And then under tags, pick one from the CC headline.
City Council doc.
Oh.
Wait, which one am I fucking looking for?
That's nice.
Actually, wait, why isn't it working?
Yeah, I don't know if you gotta still set up the perms, but I cannot assign tags currently. I can view them all.
Well, no, I can. The tag stuff is working, but I'm concerned because I did a search, and I searched by a certain tag, but I'm seeing everything. So
yeah,
I gotta talk to a technician about that.
Yeah,
but anyways, that should be working soon.
Tags
Either way, it's easier reading the colors on the right than it is the tags on the left.
Yeah.
Okay. So the unresolved was in the.
Oh, there we go.
I think it was in Nakota stuff, maybe the 2120.
2020 was mine.
Yes. Okay. So unresolved. Mask policy. Are we banning masks in public places?
So we decided that anywhere that's either government or state owned, they can be requested to remove it, or could be arrested if they
don't, it's
was
disobeying.
it, right?
Love that.
Love that. Yeah, unanimous.
And that's where
Okay.
it stopped. Yeah.
License points. Any opposed to that?
License points? Question
No,
mark?
no.
The
The
mask.
Suspension. Oh, sorry.
Mask is good. We landed in a good spot.
Yeah,
Okay. License points. Currently, the unwritten policy is that if you reach 20 points on your license through traffic offenses or otherwise,
This
it is
isn't a work in
suspended.
progress. I already did it.
Your license is considered suspended until some of those points fall off naturally. There is no policy or driver's training course in place. There are no plans for one. Are we okay with 20 being the limit, and are we okay with the automatic roll off of the points?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Vehicle exceptions for commercial parking. We created a law that specifically increases the fine for illegal parking of a commercial vehicle. This seems strange to me.
This is just what I was referring to about the larger vehicles that physically can't fit into a legal parking spot. I don't know if you were out of the room when I said that, but that's basically just going to be down to officer discretion and reading the situation and seeing.
All right, so we'll just leave that unwritten then for the cops.
That's fine.
Prison, is that just a general note? What is that?
Yeah, I think.
I think some of us we made a report to discuss
things, but
YOC.
I think
it seems like the general consensus is we don't want it.
Yeah, the general consensus was there's bigger.
Oh, hold on.
But...
Yeah,
I see some very interesting notes here at the bottom from Mr. Alan Crane. Carmine Bobby Dans. Can you elaborate on that, sir?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Carmine and Bobby are both prolific appliers to the DOC and PD. They inevitably always commit some kind of stupid, violent crime, whether it be kidnapping or whatever. They're complete dumb fucks who are wastes of time and space and society, and perhaps in some people's eyes, sperm. Yep. In reality, there is literally nothing that goes on at the prison right now. In fact, we've got reports of people smuggling in and out and doing a whole host of things. So my facetious idea would be, why don't we make like a, Lord of the Flies type experience over there and give Bobby and Carmine something to do from harassing the rest of us.
I love this idea.
Yeah.
And then Dan's is any member of the Dan clan should be able to be hired as DOC.
Bring back the pit.
Well, I met probably 4 or 5 people from the Dan clan. They have that sort of lack of empathy that I think a correctional officer is probably very good at.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Michael.
It's good.
Why don't we just bring back the pit and we make the last jump impossible?
God, please no. Please no. I was stuck there for 4 fucking hours.
It took me 6 hours to get out of
it
it.
the first day in 40 minutes.
You did 40 minutes. It took me 6 hours.
What's the
I did
pit?
it.
Oh,
They used
Max,
to call me
you
Slow Guy.
missed
Max,
out.
you have no
My
idea.
Have you ever
God.
seen Batman?
God,
Oh.
I did it.
This
I did it.
huge.
I think I heard
huge
about it. Yeah.
pit. That
So
was
Yeah.
this huge pit. I think by the racetrack. And there
Yeah,
was
the
cells
Redwood
down
Lights
there.
track.
There was like a little pool down there. There was fire and everything. It was huge, and there was these rocks that were platforms that you had to jump and climb. And you miss a step, you fall down, and you have to start all the way from fucking scratch. And it went all around
Yep.
the wall, like the interior wall of this circular
A
fucking
giant
pit.
parkour
And
nightmare.
it took
Yeah.
hours for the majority.
It was so hard. Apparently not
I
for Crane.
It
And
never
actually,
went.
well,
and if you
actually, it
think-
wouldn't work now because, well, my
Yes.
bones are just so tired. I
Yeah.
can't stand up after slumping so quickly.
Yeah,
How long?
that's
How
it.
long
But
did
if
I
you
spend doing it
think
again? I forgot.
that, you know, you could just fly a helicopter down there to grab people. No, that shit exploded. That shit
No.
fucking exploded.
Yeah, no, helicopters
That
would not
is-
fly
It
into
was
it.
crazy.
It jammed the yeah.
Yeah, it was doable without slumping.
It just made
Yeah,
it easier.
I did it without slumping. I just hugged the wall a lot.
If I could just one thing about DOC, according to the memorandum establishing the council,
you
it
did the
sounds
first
like
person
DOC
thing.
falls under the purview of the PD. Am I correct in?
We can
saying
amend that.
yeah, we can make it not the case.
One
Okay.
other addition to this list of people. What about the little ones? Throw them in there. They'd love it. They always used to say they own the prison, right?
Yeah,
Oh God.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of feel like we should make like a island of misfit mascots and hope that they gravitate towards it.
Are we
Sure.
still going
You
by
Jaeger would
the
equate as the
no
first.
crimes punishable in prison deal?
Yes, I'm not. Well, okay. My opinion is that I am not encouraged to create a whole system
I don't
of
remember.
documentation and report writing and MDT access for the Littlemans, the Dans, and Bobby and Carmine.
I think if we go with like the Dan and Carmine route as a trial, then yeah, who like the place is a black hole, right? But if we're wanting a more
I think
rigid DOC down the line
for the
then
first
maybe we
time,
revisit the
that
legality
was
of it.
pretty high.
Yeah,
Okay.
right now I'm literally just suggesting that I hire those people, nothing
Yeah.
else. Like I'm not gonna.
Just let them do whatever. Yeah.
I don't even care if they come to me and they're like, I need this or I need that. I'm just gonna say, figure it out.
Are we
want-
paying
Crane,
them?
I love it.
No.
Okay.
Their DOC receives $500 an hour.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's
okay.
They can have
All
that.
right.
Why not?
Sure.
That's
Okay.
The lowest pay easily, but
that was
yeah,
a
fuck it, why
3 point.
not?
Crane, do you want to
3.0 thing.
draft up a document for this?
Yeah, I'll work on it.
Okay.
Is there going to
I
be
could do-
medical available up there? Because I know that it's already
Dakota,
dangerous.
Dakota, you're already one step further than what we just said.
I'm of
Okay.
opinion it's not necessary.
You're
Oh.
overthinking this, Dakota.
No, I'm
I'm
very
just
much of the
thinking
opinion it's
about
not
how this is going to
necessary,
end
so
up.
they
I'm
can,
going to end up there.
Dakota.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Facilities on site.
Okay,
We've
so
had,
EMS will not be
yeah.
required to respond to the prison. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, to
Yeah,
quote
pretty
a very
much,
famous, what was it, Russian or Ukrainian? Eastern European boxer, if he dies, he dies.
Oh,
He was
absolutely.
Russian.
I mean,
He was Russian.
it's a risk you take going to prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
honestly, this whole thing
yeah.
for me is just out of sight, out of mind. I want to go to Burger or Senor Buns and not run into Bobby Charles.
Yeah.
That's it.
Same.
True.
He knocked on our door earlier,
Grab
too.
'em. So yeah, it's all good.
I also had it suggested that
Oh.
if we could put a metal detector in front of Senor Buns, that would be beneficial to the whole city. But I don't know what the logistics.
Oh my god.
Yeah, most of the stabbings happen on the fucking sidewalk anyway.
And
Okay.
by employees who work the back anyway.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm well aware.
Okay.
So since it's the list of people that we've outlined, do we want to make it so you can be a DOC despite being a felon? Do we want to just that's the one government role you can just have? I'm pretty sure some of these people already have.
Honestly, my plan
Yeah,
is just to write the
felonies.
legislation, we approve it, and then I just hire people until I'm told to stop.
Fuck it. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm down. It's prison. They're up there. They have felonies. That
If
works.
100-year-old man walks up to me talking about, the South will rise again, I'm gonna hire him. It's just how it's gonna go.
Oh my
Fuck yeah!
Jesus.
All right.
I just- PTSD.
So he'll die
Yeah.
in prison, guys.
Problem
Yeah,
solved.
better for
There you
everybody.
go. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, but
I really need
Okay.
to pee.
We're paying these people.
You're only paying them while they're
it's not
at
that
the
much
prison.
money. Yeah, they would have
they
to
have
be
to-
there.
they have to
Second
sit
as
in.
well.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pay would be
Listen, that's
negligible.
beyond us. That
Yeah.
Okay.
again, that's not our problem.
Okay.
I don't think that would add up too incredibly hard.
We're not giving them weapons, right?
No.
God, no.
I'm gonna block their phone numbers after I hire them.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Is there an armory in prison still?
Last time I checked, there wasn't.
Okay, well then there you go.
Solves. There you go.
Yeah. They could bring in a fucking wrench from ammunition, like.
Yeah,
shit.
they can supply themselves. And if they, in the process, get arrested for doing something, well, then there you go.
That is going. God, I almost.
I love that so
like
much.
a
Speaking
gallery
of
viewing.
utter
to just
chaos,
sit there
did
and
we-
watch it.
We can sell tickets.
Honestly.
Did we ever find out about the duels to the death? Because I'm very invested in.
I haven't worked on it yet.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I just love that idea.
It is a great
Right.
idea, and
Absolutely.
Did have a couple trials by combat though. That was fun to watch.
Fuck yeah. Good. Okay.
So, the final note that I have to present
Mhm.
was someone suggested to me that people with misuse of a rental vehicle should not be able to rent from that guy anymore. Thoughts?
Oh.
Couldn't be
Huh.
more in support of it. Don't know how feasible it actually is.
Yeah.
So, leave the feasibility to Crane and I. Okay,
Mhm.
just strictly from your guys' perspective as council members, how do you feel about that idea?
I wanted
think-
this
So
desperately before the collapse.
I think
Okay.
day one, I would have been okay with it. Aren't rental fees like outrageous now? Like, do we care if they're still like giving outrageous amounts of money to the government for a day or a week?
That's a good point.
It does get us money.
Does the rental stuff go to the government?
I just assumed.
Yeah, I
did we
assumed it
know?
went to a state fund, but
You'd hope so.
maybe it doesn't. I guess I'm thinking out loud.
Fuck it.
That one, I don't know off the top of my
Edda
head.
can
I'll have
figure
to-
that out.
Yeah.
All she has to do is go
okay.
rent a
Hey.
vehicle using her own money, then check the state account for the
If it's going to
transaction.
the state
Mhm.
fund, I would rather just keep renting at exorbitant rates and paying the state.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
could get behind that too, but I don't hate the concept if that's not how it works.
If it's not the case, I'll let y'all know.
We'll shelf that for now. Juno, you aware?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Are you aware? Oh, I know you are now because you responded.
Am I
Um,
aware?
Yeah, like
I do
aware of
know.
your surroundings.
Oh yeah,
No-
yeah, yeah. No, I'm here.
Okay. What was next?
We did everything.
Yay!
Wow, look at that. Yeah.
So I
Hooray!
need to draft mask policy license points. We as a group need to review Michael's rewritten VDM legislation before next meeting.
Okay.
And
Sorry, keep going.
Juno's gonna
What did I miss?
redo Parks and Rec.
Mhm.
I'm gonna work on prison, and then I will work on enacting everything we approved.
Oh, we're
Okay.
well done.
One final thing. Let's as a group, if you guys want to present anything in the future, myself included, because I had some notes that I made, but it wasn't like actually official or whatever. Try to keep like a notes document for yourself or anything like that, so that we can all come prepared with like a documents to show everyone else that everyone can reference and read through preemptively, so that we can get here and everyone's kind of like aware of what's going down or what's going to be presented.
Mm-hmm.
So just try to come to the next meeting with everything documented.
I know we had a report made for the second one where people just noted what they wanted to talk about. Do we want to do that again so we can like write it down? Like I could have put the motorcycle helmets one in that, but I didn't feel it necessary to make a whole new report. No.
Yeah, there's a meeting agenda document. I'm gonna edit it so
Okay.
it goes to the top.
Oh, perfect. Okay. We're just using the same one over and over again.
Yeah, we can just put our name and then the things that we want to
Sure.
bring forward.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I will do that.
Sick.
Easy as.
Oh, it didn't go to the top. What makes it go to the top?
I don't
Oh,
think
maybe
anything
It's
does. I
the
think
time
they're
when it's
just-
created.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we'd have to make a new one, but we could just. I mean, we could make a new one. What do you? Yeah. Either works.
No, that's fine. We'll use the old one. It's got the exclamation points in the name. It's in miscellaneous.
That
Um,
works.
Okay. Well, good meeting everyone. I feel like we got some
Okay.
good shit
There's
done
a
today.
lot of officers.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need Siobhan and Max, real quick.
Sure.
I need a ride to the bank.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, you good?
Yeah, apparently I need to go rent a car for the first time ever so I can figure out. I've never rented a car, like no bullshit.
Really?
Yeah, I've
Get
always
one of the
walked
cheaper
everywhere.
ones. It's only like $600. Don't.
Okay.
Not the worst thing.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you actually bleeding out again?
For me?
Yes.
Okay, this is
Yeah,
crazy.
'cause I didn't-
if
I
you
didn't eat
snitch, I'll
everything
kill you.
earlier.
But Kermie,
There's
what's this?
Whoa. I'm gonna frame this.
Thank you, Philip.
No, I'm gonna sit here and everything, and then make an announcement about it all.
Oh, wait. The trial gun licenses.
We getting our paycheck?
Meeting just ended.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Mr. Simone.
Hello. Yeah. Hit a bar? Oh, that's Crane's office, isn't it? Yeah.
Appreciate it. Mr. Simone?
Hello.
I was just saying hello. You need to come back. Appreciate you.
Shit. Where's Aaron? Are you in the city by any chance?
No, I just left the city.
God.
And I'm about to go take a nap.
Why are you about to... Can you come back down and pick me up?
What the fuck? No, absolutely not. We just got to Pluto.
Just drive back.
I just left the Vanilla Unicorn, and now I'm all the way back up in Pluto. If you think that I'm gonna go all back,
yeah, it's like a 5-minute drive, man.
Listen, I heard what you magicians do, and you use your magic carpets to float around, right? So fuck off.
I can't do that. I'll pay you for your time.
How much?
How much do you get from a pawn run again?
1,500.
Okay, I'll pay you 1,500.
He says he'll pay us $1,500 if we drive back down to the city to pick him up and take him to Politos's.
What is he saying?
What's your location?
Mosley's.
What's your location? Mosley's? You double it for 1,500 for me and 1,500 for Sis.
Fine.
Okay, 3,000. Yeah, you got it. All right, Mosley's. All right, be there.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I swear he's gonna fucking no clip down here in a car or something. $3K? That's just $3K. Okay, so they're sold out. How much is the Comet? Yes?
Hey.
Hi.
We're down the street.
You're so full of shit. Her.
Like near the old Mega Mall across the street from Mosley's.
I needed to take me to the bank. Where are you? There.
Yeah. Yeah, see, told you. We were actually in the city.
That's crazy. 100%. I need to take me to Bay City, please.
To what?
Bay City? A bank? Maze Bank.
Oh, wait, Maze Bank?
The
arena?
Not the arena, the bank.
Mark it up, man. You're being confusing.
What do you I marked it on the GPS. It's literally Maze Bank, Bay City Bank.
Oh, Bay City. I thought you said Maze City. I was like, what?
He did. He said Maze.
I heard
Bank,
Maze too, right?
City.
Yeah, I heard
He did.
Maze.
All right, maybe I'm
How long was that fucking meeting?
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it the meeting that did this to you?
How long was the meeting? I guess 4 hours. Max was a bit late, so. Classic
I like that
Max.
state announcement though about the library, so people can shut the fuck up about that.
This guy called Sis threatening him, telling him that he's the new owner.
Well, he was like threatening Reina and Max and them, everybody basically that was in the library, saying that like he owned the building, it wasn't being used, it was collecting cobwebs and shit like that. And so Max called me, and then I called him, and I was like, what the fuck is happening here? And he's like, yeah, you're not even using it, so I'm gonna use it. He's like, I will have that building by the end of the week. And I was like, what the fuck? Huh? It gets used every day. Like, I was like, there's tons of civilians in there all the time.
He was like allowing people permission on Twitter.
Yeah.
You
He
may
said he
use
was
the liquid
rich.
library.
I asked him if he, like, why wouldn't he just go for a church? And he said that that was a place of religion. And I said that, I asked him if he realizes that it was formerly a place of a different type of religion, and that we already did worship, we practiced worship there. And then he was taken aback, and he was like, wait, what do you mean? And I was like, what do you think that statue is in the front of the lobby? And he said, like, Sister Mary or something, and I was like, no, it's the Lady of the Lake, man. That's who we used to worship. And he was like, is that why, you know, when I touch her, I get shocked or something? I was like, yeah, because you're not welcome.
It's crazy.
And then he kind of dropped it after that, and he was like, never mind, forget it.
So he dropped it after it was a place of religion? That's...
Yeah, after I said it was already a former place of religion.
Alright, time to collect my paycheck.
Ooh, paycheck.
Alright. How much? I don't remember.
Mine.
Oh. Easy.
Where's my Where's my payment, bitch?
Take me up north first.
Well,
Yeah,
we're
aren't
at
we
the
owed
bank.
money? Aren't we owed money?
Well, when you drop me off.
We're at the bank, Michael.
We have to complete the taxi service first. It's fine, there's a bank in Polito too. You better not scum out. I feel like he's trying to get out of it right now by like being silent in the back.
When was the last time I got a paycheck? Show bank balance? It's been more than a week, I think.
Michael,
Yes.
how much was your paycheck?
I too would like to know this information.
Like
You
5
know,
grand. That's a call.
You're lying. You're fucking lying. You know how I could tell you're lying?
How?
Because you're smiling, but you're trying to hide it. And it's something that you don't normally do unless you're scheming or something else is happening. You have
Wait.
to tell.
It also took him like 3 minutes to fucking actually answer the question.
Yeah. Also, like, I know how much you make just by sitting there clocked in doing nothing because you tell me how much it is, and there's no way you were just in a 4-hour meeting and only made 5K.
When was the
Because
last time I
you
got
make that
passed?
amount when we
to-
hunt together in 4 hours.
What the fuck, man?
And you
what
did
is
tell me
your-
the other day that you were only trying to check your bank account on Saturday, which means that is a week-long time worth of a paycheck. So there is no way it's $5,000, and I do remember the things that you say to me.
And what's
if
your
everything's so
hourly
much-
rate?
800?
You get paid the same as cops?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you think that I forgot that you said you were only checking your paycheck on Saturdays?
No.
You did. You did. You tried to lie to me. I caught you in a lie. How much is your paycheck?
105,000.
105,000?
Yes.
Holy fuck! What?
The fuck is the point of any of us living here, man? What? I have $1,000 in my bank account.
Oh, you're about to have more. How do you have that little money?
I got arrested yesterday. For
Oh,
the
right,
first
you
time.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, when we did the job, I had to tank aggro. It's not too bad.
Wait,
but
I didn't check.
Cops really railed my asshole.
Yeah, well, quote unquote work.
They also don't really deal anymore, so they're just like, it's the same old, like, we won't touch the fine. I was like, well, what if I get a lawyer? And they were like, if you get a lawyer, it's $2,500. You know, just for a lawyer, it's not even free anymore.
Wait, do you pay a lawyer?
They said I would have to pay a lawyer. If they contacted a lawyer, they said it was $2,500 for like their legal fees or whatever the fuck now.
Yeah, I've said, but
Lawyers don't work for free anymore.
I don't think I checked last meeting either. And I think
Bro.
last meeting,
The fuck! I should have made this ride $5,000.
lawyer's free. Yeah.
Yeah, you should do like 20K or
How
something.
how many? I was streaming
Man,
like
where
14 hours
are your
last stream
dues,
too.
Michael?
Huh?
Where are your dues? $5,000 weekly dues.
What? What?
He turned him off from that now. Now he's making his own super group.
No, he's not. He said he doesn't want to be a leader.
Yeah. So just the last
Man,
meeting
will you
as
make
well.
up your mind? What the fuck?
I think we made at least that as well. Oh, I zoned out. I was doing calculations. What's up?
I said make up your fucking mind, man.
Wait, what am I making up my mind about?
If you're making a super group or joining a super group.
Oh, I'm not making a super group.
See?
I do not want to lead.
Nobody does.
You're leading.
I'm leading because I have to, because Aunt said that if I don't, she'll fucking kill me.
He constantly complains to me. I don't want to be a leader anymore. I don't want to do this.
I don't. That's a new voice for me. Thank you.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Ew, it's so gross. That's fucking nasty. Do it again?
No.
Do it
Can't
again.
do it again. That was like a one and done. I can't.
That was
like,
a one
actually
and
do
done?
it. Yeah. Michael, 5K.
What, 5K?
5K, gang dues.
What are you gonna
Weekly
do with
dues?
$100,000 that you made in a week? I don't understand. What do we do while we starve on the streets?
I'm writing down legislations that I'm spending hours and hours on.
Please, I could easily write shit, okay?
Uh-huh.
I can.
Uh-huh. Bank.
You haven't seen my note taking.
I'm sure, but you also have to come up with shit and you have to lay it out. That's the fucking problem.
I did. I called you earlier about an issue, and I tell you ways that you can solve my issues of min-maxing.
Didn't you literally say you just renamed the Rust Act anyway? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like
and
weeks
I
ago. That
always
one doesn't
listen to
count.
yours, and I read all. I'm basically your proofreader, and you know.
Uh-huh.
And I've given you 2 to 3 ideas so far. 2.5 idea. 3 ideas for legislation.
And if monetary value was, you know, a thing in terms of idea generation, oh, I'd be swimming pretty good.
You know, I feel like I should be paid for my time as a consultant.
Mm-hmm. What do I want to spend the money on? I want to give it to people. I don't want to put it back in circuit boards. Fuck that.
Get out of me.
Ah! Whoa! You fucking forced your way onto me.
The issue is that I don't think if I ask somebody if they want it, like, what would they do?
Fuck off.
Let me ask you a question.
Do we get paid for our time?
No.
No monetary value in this?
No, you're not getting. No. If I get, okay, say I invested 20 grand into you. What would you spend that money on? If you say circuit boards, you can go fuck right off.
I can't give that answer. That'd be an
The future of our
Thank you so much for the raid.
crew.
Hope you had a good stream.
Definitely not gang.
Okay, again, I need an actual answer. If I gave you 20
That
grand
isn't-
as an investment that is not circuit boards or like going back to your gang, what would you spend it on? Like, what kind of business? What would you do with the money?
Did you bring up the town hall?
Did I bring up the
building?
town?
Yeah, that I told you that Ant was talking about, the town hall building?
No.
Son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Whose team are you on? You son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, Ant does want that building
I forgot.
for like events in town hall and stuff like that.
Look, it was 4 hours, and there were like two hours of going in circles, and an hour where I just zoned out completely.
Yeah,
Well-
to be fair, Ant would do better with that if you're talking about like actually putting that towards a business or a building or something. My
Yeah,
priority
and
is
yeah, I could see Ant using that money
different.
for stuff. I asked Tommy the same question yesterday when I was hanging out with him. It's like if I invested in you, what would you spend the money on? It's like nobody can really say.
I could. I just told you. But Ant has like something that's different. Like she actually wants to do stuff with the town and events and like have a business and stuff. My priorities are just different. I want to use that money to propel our group forward. That is a thing.
Yeah, but
It's just a different. It's just not what you're looking for.
no, I wouldn't invest in that.
Say. I could bullshit you. I could say I want to invest in something else and just take it and do the same thing. But I'm not gonna fucking dick you around that way. I'm just being honest.
Okay, so how would you bullshit me?
You want me to make up a reason
Yes.
for you to invest in me?
I want to hear.
Pure
I want to hear your
bullshit?
reason. Yes, I want to hear your reason. I want to hear if you can actually make it a valid one.
Oh. He just wants you to.
Like
He's
for
just putting
what?
you on the spot. He's just pretend it's Shark Tank. You just gotta come up with a business
Yeah. Okay.
on the spot. That's what
On
he's
the
saying.
but Shark Tank people, they get like weeks to prep like a presentation in front of investors.
I know, but yeah, listen, I already thought up one off the top of my head for you. You got it just on the spot. You just come up with something.
You already thought of one. Okay, let's hear yours.
Your fur business.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I legitimately was about to say that.
Well, then you should have had me blurt it out. You should have said it.
Well, because I was gonna say it after you. I was gonna say the first stuff after you.
All right, we'll break that down for him then.
I thought you were gonna say something like different and new. Because the fur business already kind of exists. It's just small
I mean,
and
not
really
in
hard to maintain.
Actuality, but he's just saying the bullshit though. He just bullshit in.
Oh, well, that's actually not bullshit though.
What about money being fronted to Kian for his mechanic shop that gets almost zero fucking support because for some reason the way the city works with these fucking materials makes it a pain and agony for any kind of mechanic shop to actually keep up with the parts, especially one that's up here in the north in Polito.
That's true. Kian's about to fucking retire as a mechanic because it's so difficult
he
right
is
now.
actually talking about being asleep more because he just he can't work around
Can't
any
run
of
his
this.
shop.
And I know
So,
you know
yeah.
this because I know that Trey back fucking weeks ago was saying how even the guild, bunch of fucking Warcraft grinders, can't even keep up with the demand for fucking mechanic parts with Mosley's.
Yeah. I know Kermie was talking about it earlier with Edda and some other people. Basically, we can't do shit unless we can somehow dictate how much they can charge for shit. And I don't think that was brought up. I know it was talked about, but I don't know. It's an issue. I am perfectly aware that it's an issue and people can't get their
There's
shit
been
fixed.
more time where it's been an issue than it hasn't been, because there's been like 3 or 4 wars down there that have stopped and put a fucking like funnel on materials, and now people are just getting straight up chain robbed down there for materials. The material thing. Not even even if you're just looking at it as just mechanics is shit, but when you include literally everything in the city, the way the world goes around when it comes to these fucking materials, this system sucks.
Yeah.
That's actually a good one. Honestly, I would say Key and Shop is a priority over our fucking fur business.
The issue is that
actually, because he never plans on doing anything illegal. The only thing that he actually wanted to do was bring traffic to Pluto and run a fucking mechanic shop. And
yeah.
he also has people that work for him
You
now
can't
that
invest
we
in
can't provide
that,
body parts. So
unfortunately.
then that's like
He's gonna run out of the money
jobs,
instantly.
and they're calling me, asking me, and we're like, well, I can't. So
And
to
there is
be
foot
fair,
traffic. There's a lot of foot traffic.
there's
I mean,
so much, and there's so many like grime people and stuff that come up here, and they like thank us all the time, like thank you for opening this place, because if not, they have to go all the way back down to the city. So yeah, to be fair, that's actually truly what I would put towards.
Yeah, but if I gave him the money, what would he be able to make money, or would he just have to invest it and then lose that money? Has he been able to make money at all?
I mean, he would use that 20K probably to buy mats at whatever the fucking market price is now, and then he would have to rework his fucking business model to match like mat price. But in general, the mat price is just fucked. So he doesn't want to do that. Like, he doesn't want to charge a fucking premium, but like, it's really hard to even get materials as it is right now, because half the people stopped doing sanding because they got tired of being fucking shot and robbed. So that's a whole fucking bigger issue, but yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a shell of an old way that is here that doesn't fit the new way, and I think there's a bit of a disconnect there that needs to kind of hit the point of realization and understand that because like materials right now are the way it used to be. It's not even the way it used to be to the point where there was 2 faucets of fucking materials like there used to be. Because before the economy collapsed, there was 2 faucets and ways to get materials, which made things better because there's so many people in the city now, so many different things that materials are used for now. It just made sense. Now we're back to 1, but not only are we back to 1, more things take these materials, and it's like a lot of these materials. To furnish your fucking house, you need a shit ton of materials, which you didn't used to need. It's a whole new, like, lane of things that you need a bunch of materials for, brand new, and it's also stacked on top of all of the old things that you need materials for. But now there's only 1 faucet of materials again. We're back to that, like, that whole 1 faucet thing again. It's just like there's too much need for materials, so any hiccup in material stuff throws everything off. A war in the material fucking station down there, it's fucked. People go to sleep. They don't fucking wake back up. They don't want to fucking work materials anymore. No more materials. The little people that do and cut deals, they're gonna charge fucking arm and a leg. Supply and demand makes sense. But like, that's literally, when you think about it, that's happening, and people can't furnish their house. It's not even anything major. It's like they can't even furnish their house. They can't work a mechanic shop. Like, they can't do fundamental things. This isn't even like getting a gun. They can't fucking do something small because of these issues. That's fucking ridiculous. Again, it's new things, which are great, but they're relying on old things, and the old things are not clicking right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Kean would probably use that money towards, like, you know, the shop, but you know, where eventually he is working at a deficit right now, so I don't think that would necessarily get him out of the hole, but it would make it so that way he could at least
stay out of the hole longer.
A little bit, yeah.
At least run his shop for, you know, a little longer than he would be now, considering he's literally not even opening it up anymore because he can't.
Does he still fix at cost?
No.
Hmm.
But he also doesn't, when he hires his employees, he's basically splitting the profits with his employees so that they can put some cash in their pocket too. So I think it's at least that's what I know. So